Right, this next unit is 6.1, classifying triangles. And whenever we're classifying triangles, we either classify by angles or by sides. So the first four options that I have, acute, right, obtuse, and equiangular, is classifying by angles. And then equilateral, isosceles, and scaling is classifying by sides. But you can find these notes under the section, under the document that's titled 6.1 notes. The examples we're going to work out today are examples 1, 2, and 3. And so we're using the vocabulary to determine which sides are equal and then be able to find the missing side or missing angle, depending on what they're asking me. So for example 1, they're asking me to find the length of side DF. So that's the bottom side right here. But to be able to create an equation, I just need to figure out which two sides are equal. And so if you remember from your notes, anytime the sides have one line each, that's indicating that those two sides are equal. So I'm going to use those two sides to create my equation. So here I have an isosceles triangle. And so that means that the two sides are equal. Anytime I have two sides that are equal, it's an isosceles. So I'm going to have those two sides equal to each other for my equation. So I have 7x minus 11 equals 5x plus 9. And I'm going to solve that equation. So first thing that I want to do is cancel the 5x's that are on the right side. So I'm going to do that by subtracting them from both sides. And so I'm subtracting the x's on the left side now. 7x's minus 5x's. That's going to give me 2x's. And I carry down the minus 11 and the 9 on the right side. From there, I have to cancel the numbers that are on the left side because here's where I have the x. First I cancel the constant, so the 11. Since it's minus 11, I'm going to change it to plus 11 so that it can cancel. And I have to do it to both sides. So I'm going to put plus 11 on the right side also. Carry down the two x's, and on the right side I'm going to add 9 plus 11. That's 20. Then the last step, to get rid of the 2, I divide by 2. That way I'm left with 1x, but I have to divide by 2 on both sides. So my x value equals 10. 20 divided by 2 is 10. And I'm not done because the problem is asking me to find the length of DF. DF is right here, from D to F. So I'm going to plug it in. So in place of x, I'm going to put the 10. So I'm multiplying 2 times 10, that's 20, and then plus 3 is 23. So measurement of DF is 23. And then that's my answer. I'm going to do the same thing for example 2. In example 2, they're asking me to find JK. This time they're only giving me two sides, but they gave me marks on all of the sides, and that's showing me that all sides are equal. So this is an equilateral triangle. So since all sides are equal, these two sides are equal, and so I'm going to put them equal to each other. We're pretty much doing the same thing. 3x plus 7 equals 11x minus 9. I'm going to solve this equation. So minus 11x on both sides. 3 minus 11 is negative 8x. Carry down the 7 and carry down the negative 9. And so now same thing, I'm going to cancel those two numbers because they're on the same side as the x. but first a constant, so opposite of plus is minus, so minus 7 on both sides. Negative 9 minus 7 is negative 16. And then to cancel out the negative 8, I have to divide. Negative 16 divided by negative 8 is positive 2. And so again, I'm not done. They're asking me to find JK. JK is this part. They didn't give me an expression to represent JK, but it doesn't matter because I know that this is an equilateral triangle. That means all the sides are equal. So it doesn't matter where I plug it in, it's going to give me the same number for all of them. So I'm just going to pick one, doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to pick JL. So I'm replacing the X with the 2 that I got. So I have 11 times 2, that's 22, and then minus 9, that's 13. So JK equals 13. And the last example, we have example 3. Here, if you notice, they're not giving me sides anymore because I don't have little lines on the sides of the triangle. Now I have little like curves or arcs on each corner, so those are angles. They're showing me that all 3 angles are equal, and so that makes this an equiangular triangle. Whenever they're equiangular, all 3 angles are 60 degrees each, so that means each angle is 60. They're giving me the measurement of angle D is 9x minus 12, and I know that that should be equal to 60 because it's equiangular. So that's going to be my equation. My equation is going to be 9x minus 12 equals 60. And here they're just asking me to find x, so I'm just going to get x by itself. First, I have to cancel the 12, so I'm going to add it to both sides. I have 9x left over, and right here 60 plus 12, 72. And so to cancel the 9, I divide by 9 on both sides. And I get x equals 8.